Evening peeps, evening, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're back with round 6 of the Red Bull Juniors. Nearly got that wrong. So the WTC was cancelled then, the Thursday night races. Although as much fun as it was to watch, there was 1 or 2 complaints with drivers being torpedoed. Unfortunately, too many complaints came in, so that one got thrown in the bin. Unfortunately, it was awesome league to commentate over and watch. But we've kept the Red Bull Juniors, so we're back tonight, round 6 live from Spa. We've got a 10-minute qualifier followed by a 15-minute sprint race. A 30-minute race after that. Top 7 are reverse, and they have to use both racing softs and racing mediums through that second race. Hopefully the weather stays nice. Spa can be a bit tricky in the wet. I'm going to have to read individual points out to you lot, because I made a hash of it when I was uploading the documents. But team-wise, we've got blue on 211.5, yellow with 172, white with 140.5. We've got green nipping at the heels on 140, brown on 136, orange with a big chunk to make up with 105.5, and then red not far behind them, 103.5. So that is individual points up until now. Sorry, that is team points up until now. Individually, Mocking Weeks is storming away. He's got himself 146 points. Closest rival Dizzy is second on 107 points. Don is on 102.5 in third. Rob S is in fourth with 84 points. Right on his back door is Obi-Wan in fifth with 83 points. We've got Manny Aff in 6th with 72.5 points. Apache with 69.5 points. We've got Dylan right behind him with 69 points in 8th. We've got Pilgrim 9th with 65.5. AP Amma 10th with 56 points. Raffo 11th with 53. 12th is Skippy with 46.5. Dodger has got 33.5 points, and Ricky J 31 points. So they are individual points up until now. Mr. Diz, evening, brother, evening. Ooh, yes, you got points. So, t-shirts and stickers still available, people. Hit me up at darksmoke@googlemail.com if you fancy any of that. I don't know where Dylan the Goat is. Is he in the room? Let's have a look. Let's turn some sound on for you lot before we start as well. Where is he? Dizzy? Yeah, there he is. Obi, Raffo, Manny, Apache, Mockin, Tyre, Slayer, Skippy. No, Dylan. One more driver missing as well, are we tonight? Is that... Oh no, Ricky J's in the house. Dodger, Skippy, yeah. AP Amma. It's AP Amma not in the room as well either tonight, unfortunately. So, let's go and see where we're at. These little Red Bull Juniors are, well, there you go. That's what they look like. That's not the direction they're meant to be travelling. Stick to the grey stuff. So that's what we've got for you tonight. 2 races, 15-minute and a 30-minute race. 10-minute qualifier prior to that. See how they get on in the Red Bull Juniors tonight. What was that came up in the chat? Anything? Wait, let me have a look. Okay. Tricky circuit again. Looks like the weather's going to be alright for qualifying at least. So we've just been given the go-ahead then. That I think we're just about to get qualifying underway. We can't wait too long for drivers. Oh, I think Raffo's just taking the Mickey out of Pilgrim there. So let's go for a lap with Skippy then. Let's see if we can get a full lap in before this qualifying starts. So down, start, finish straight down towards turn 1, La Source. Tricky corner this. Well, we're not having a full lap then. So you're going to give us a full lap, Skip? Maybe you are. Down the hill. Again, through Eau Rouge and Radion. I'm hearing they're looking at changing this in the future, but we'll see. Again, tricky corner. Oh, And there's just chaos. So we're not going to see a full lap then by either of those two at least. Ricky J's a little bit too far around. Where's Tyre Slayer? See if he can get himself through the chaos. Go for a bit of a lap. He's through onto the Camel Straight then. Should we find a map? Oof. If I remember rightly, it's hand scribbled on the back of a bit of paper. But I've no idea which one. There it is. It's 100% hand scribbled. Then just coming into Dave, as we like to call it. That's not his real name, but that's what we call it anyway. There we go. Looks like qualifying's about to get underway now then. So yes, a 10-minute quali here at Spa. It'll be a good minute or two before they get round to actually starting the hot laps. We'll stay with Tyre Slayer. Let's give him the opportunity. Go for a full lap. The sun's definitely out for qualifying then. Again, just struggling to get around there with the cold tyres. I thought everybody's going to be on the racing softs for race 1. 15 minutes. Tyres will easily last 15 minutes. So into Les Combs then. Tricky little complex. And then down towards Brussels. Pretty wide hairpin to play with here. Okay, just got to be a little bit careful on the power coming out of that. Into what's commonly known as Dave within the sim racing world. I think that's just because nobody else knew the name, so we decided to call it Dave, or Dave's Corner. Down towards Poupon then. Again, this is where we saw one of these drivers off track. Oh, there you go. Carrying a little bit too much speed through there then. Off circuit, back on. Now down towards Campus. Oh, again, just running deep through there. Maybe just allowing Obi through. Just have to be a little bit careful on the throttle. Juniors, although they've got plenty of downforce when they're going slow around the corners. That downforce is minimal. Going slower around the corners. So down towards Blanchimont and fast corner here. Little kink left just before you come up to it. Running as wide as possible on the way in. Catch that curb, run as wide as possible on the way out. It's a good corner from both Obi and Tyre Slayer we're on board with. Then down to this final chicane. Used to be known as the bus stop, but they changed it, so it is just the final chicane now. Onto this start-finish straight. Again, just got to be careful on the throttle coming out of that final corner. Just wants to spin the back up. And there we go. A lap on board with Tyre Slayer. Go through Le Source. Still got a little bit of wobbly lobby going on with GT. Bit of a shame. They're slowly getting better, although throwing us free cars and free tracks, you know, updates and stuff, all well and good, but fix your goddamn lobbies, PlayStation. That's all anyone's caring about at the minute. Forget your new cars, forget your new tracks. Fix the bloody ones you've got. Rob opted for the mediums. Soon got rid of those though. Again, I would have thought everyone's on the soft tyre. Martin Weeks, current championship leader at the minute. Bit of breathing room behind him. So 2:14.8 for an out lap. Let's see what his fast lap's going to be. Looking good, Mocking Weeks. Finding those lines, that's for sure. Monts in the final chicane to go then. We'll start getting some hot lap times in. Start seeing where everyone's going to end up in this first race. Mocking Weeks around that final corner then. It's got a great big gap in behind him. 2:22.7 then from Mockin. 2:24.4 for Raffo, just being pushed down the order. A couple of drivers coming through. Obi stuck as 2:23.6 in. Manny's gone for a 2:24.2, so that did push Raffo down. 2:24.4 for him. Tyre Slayer across the line, 2:24.4 for him as well. Just behind Raffo, as is Skippy, just under the 9,000ths back, 2:24.4.62. 1.6 seconds down, 2:26.1 currently. 8th on the grid, Ricky J, 9th on the grid, 2:26.3. Pilgrim 10th at the minute, 2:30.3 on the board for him. Rob S is 11th. No hot lap, let's just see what he's got. Again, he's on an out lap. This one he changed his tyres, didn't he? So this one won't count anyway. And the Dodger has pinned himself into a wall somewhere. He's got damage on the front end. That's this lap of his now thrown in the bin. Mocking them with a full second over anybody else so far. Already 6 minutes into this 10-minute qualifier, so time running out for these guys to try and better these laps. A little bit of traffic here from second back. Oh, sorry, it's not second back. Second on track. Bit of a wobble on, and his connection looks stable, as does Raffo's. His tyre's not looking too stable though, a little bit of drifty around there for him. Tyre Slayer on board lap up. So no Dylan or no AP Amma tonight, unfortunately, so that's going to put a dent in their championship prospects. Skippy, the Australian. One or two Australians lurking in the English sim races. Get up at the crack of dawn to race with us, like the maniacs. So Obi now goes quicker. He's found a bit of time. 2:22.5 for him. Quarter of a second faster than Mockin. Knocks him off that top spot for now. Purple sectors from Mockin. Keep it up for the rest of the lap. Sit himself back on that pole. Has he gone for quicker as well? 2:23.0. That chucks him into third currently. Pushes Manny down a spot. Found a little bit more time, 2:23.4, so 0.8 of a second he's managed to find somewhere on this circuit. Well, where's Mockin? Still halfway around the other side of the circuit on lap 4. Second position, still purples. Half a second quicker at the minute. Should be able to keep up that momentum as well. Just Blanchimont and the final chicane. As he doesn't mess either of those two up through Blanchimont cleanly. Can he regain that pole? Final chicane to go then for Mockin. And he's up to the line for... It's not a pole sitter. 2:22.7 closes that gap up on Obi, but it's not enough. He has managed to cross the line, so he will get another lap here. Where is Obi? He also crosses the line as well before that 10-minute timer ticks over, so he also gets to finish this lap. Both 1 and 2 then get an opportunity to better their times. Dizzy just coming up to the line now. Oof. Goes at quickest overall, 2:22.5. Is it going to be enough? Obi into second, then Mockin into third. Manny's still out on circuit as well. Skippy just coming up to the line. Let's see what he's got. So it's big, and that is 3:09. Maybe pulled over. Raffo still out on track as well. Someone's just got that corner very, very wrong. Let's find out who that was. Tyre Slayer. There's drivers all over the place. Ricky's slowed down, so that's him done. Dodger is also off the side of the track. He's got himself a little half-a-second penalty, as has Rob as he drives past. So it is currently Dizzy on pole. Obi and Mockin Weeks. Where is... Oh, Obi's a little bit further back, so we'll stick with Mockin. Oh, 0.6 of a second down at the minute. I don't think he's going to be able to make that up in the next few corners. Obi's pulled over, so looks like he's going to be happily settling for second. Don't think Mockin Weeks can take that off him unless he does something absolutely astounding through these next couple of corners. 0.6 of a second behind pole, which puts him about 0.4 of a second behind Obi. It's not enough. He stays in third. Then it is Dizzy then that's... Oh, Tyre Slayer off circuit again. It is Dizzy that's come through right at the end of qualifying then to take that pole. Gets to sit at the front. Can he hold his own down towards La Source though in race 1? Again, you can get two drivers side by side through that first turn. Who's got the better start off the line is what it all comes down to, really. Go then, 15 minutes. Oh, not quite. I thought we were straight into a race, but we're not. There are results. Dizzy then on that pole position. Obi second. Manny in third. Oh, he came across the line right at the end then. Stole that third off Mockin. Pushed him down. Mockin into fourth then. Skippy fifth. Raffo sixth. Apache seventh. Pilgrim in eighth. Tyre Slayer 9th. Rob S in 10th. Ricky J in 11th. And the Dodger in 12th. That is positions for race 1. Right, give me the binoculars. Here we go. Race just about to get underway then. As soon as we can get in. Come on. Right, here we go then. Race 1. We wait for the red lights to go on and drop. See if Dizzy can hold on to that pole. Obi next to him. Manny right behind him. Here we go then. lights go out, we do get a good start. Oh, it's a slow start from Dodger at the back. Not getting away well. Dizzy holding that lead though into turn 1. Just Obi trying to run him around the outside. Manny not able to take advantage through there either. Oof, his driver's all over that curb and on the far side of that track. Got to be careful through there. Running down the hill then. Are we going to get any maniacs going side by side? Yes, we are. Ooh. Skippy just getting in front of Apache before that. Oof, has to run himself off circuit though. Is he going to pick up a penalty? We've got drivers all over the place looking for positions here. Raffo picks up a little bit of a penalty. Look at the pile heading down towards campus. There's a pile right up the front as well. Flipping heck, I didn't see that. Dizzy, Obi, Mockin and Manny all neck and neck into campus, being chased pretty closely by Skippy as well. Right on the back end of that fight. 5-way battle up front then. Pilgrim trying to close the gap up on that top 5. And then Apache just up the inside of Tyre Slayer into Brussels. Gets his way through. Tyre Slayer looking for a way back. Rob S looking for a way through as well. Oh, a little wobble on the way out of that. Raffo's managed to pick himself up a penalty in 10th. Half a second he's got to try and lose. Ricky J in 11th, keeping himself on the back end of this fight. And then, yeah, not sure what happened to Dodger. Not a very good start, 2 seconds behind. After that poor start, let's see if he can make anything of it. Dizzy then still leads. Obi still holding second. He is being pressured by Mockin. Oh, he's got it wrong, Obi. Oh, he's got it wrong, Obi. Oh, flipping heck. How did you manage to keep that point in a straight line? Almost taking out Mockin Weeks on the way through. Ah, someone else is driven off wide. Who's that? Manny, I think it was, went a little bit wide. Right on the back end of Obi now, though. It was Obi that ran a little bit wide. Wasn't quite sure. It's a bit far down the track for me to see. Again, Pilgrim trying to close that gap back up. Dizzy is starting to stretch a bit of a lead. 1.2 seconds as we come to the end of lap 1. He's then through to that second position. He is closing the gap up a little bit on Dizzy. Not quite in slipstream range yet. Obi-Wan right behind Mockin Weeks again now. A little bit of gap developed between Manny and Obi. Same for Pilgrim, 1.2 seconds back at the minute in 5th. Skippy 6th. Pressure from Tyre Slayer here. Pilgrim in front, just trying to get himself back on circuit after running off through La Source. Skippy and Tyre Slayer neck and neck down the hill. Gaps starting to develop here, just stretching this field out a little bit. Rob in 8th then. Second behind that fight. It is kicking off between these two though. Skippy and where is he? Oh, there he is. Tyre Slayer's managed to get his way through then. Into 6th for him, 7th for Skippy. Feather in the throttle through these turns, try not to just loosen the back end up. Keeping them well and truly planted. Can Tyre Slayer close up? Oh, I guess a wobble on. You've got to be careful of that AstroTurf looking stuff on the outside of these corners. Absolutely no grip on there. So Tyre Slayer now got to try and close up on Pilgrim in front, 1.5 seconds behind him currently. Let's see what's going on up front. So Dizzy had that gap reduced down to 0.4 of a second between himself and Mockin. Very lucky not to get a little nudge from Obi when he lost traction through this corner. Gap developing as well. Obi just making a little bit of time up on Manny. Still got the slipstream available to him. Pilgrim unfortunately falling a little further back from that fight, 2.2 seconds back. Tyre Slayer looking to close that gap up, but still 1.8 behind at the minute. Rob S has got past Skippy as well. He's into 7th. Skippy 8th. Apache in 9th. Raffo 10th. A little bit of a gap back to Ricky J in 11th, 3.7 seconds, but Dodgers now got a lot closer to him, 1.5 seconds behind. Absolutely all back together. Manny's pretty close as well. Is he getting a good pull out of the first corner though? Manages to hold that 0.4 of a second gap through there. But now Mocking Week starts to close. That slipstream coming into effect. It's not going to be enough before this next corner. Goes a little bit defensive on the run up to it, just to let Mocking Weeks know he's there. A quarter of a second between them now then. A little bit of time again just through that little complex of corners. Gets the gap back up to 0.5 of a second. Mocking Weeks, Obi-Wan, Manny right behind him though. Any little mistake and positions are going to change. So finding a 10th here or there is Dizzy, back up to 0.6. Even with the slipstream down, some of these longer sections. Back up to 0.7 of a second, nearly 0.8, there it is. Almost out of that slipstream range of Mocking Weeks behind. Get back down to 0.7, so still giving a toe to Mocking Weeks behind. Almost halfway through this race already. Lap 3. Down to 3/4 of a second between Dizzy and Mocking. Again, Obi still right there. Manny still right there as well. Pilgrim doing everything he can, but still falling back 2.7 seconds behind that fight now. Tyre Slayer, who was closing up, now got a mirror full of Rob S, giving him some stress. Patchy's got himself past Skippy. Raffo's got himself past Skippy. Ricky J's got himself past Skippy. What have you done, Skippy? You've been off circuit somewhere. No damage on the car. It is on repairable, or repairs itself. Skippy then chasing down Ricky J into turn 1. Getting a good pull out of the source. Absolutely bumper to bumper through there. Skippy actually having to back off through almost making contact with Ricky J. Fortunately, that's put him a little bit too far back to make a move up the Kemmel, I think. Yeah, 0.4 of a second in it between them. Unless they are working together, it's a short race to be doing that. 10th and 11th at the minute for Ricky and Skippy. Different teams. I thought, wasn't sure if you're on the same. Dodger then falling off the back of that fight as well. 3.3 seconds down, but not too far off. Dizzy still leads then now by just 0.3 of a second. Weeks has managed to find that little bit of time through that first half of the section to keep himself with Dizzy. Purple sectors from Mocking as well here. Going for fastest lap. So currently being held by Manny with a 2:22.8. He's harassing Obi-Wan as well, looking for a way through. Those track limits. Manny then, can he run up the outside, not into the chicane? Goes for a different line on the exit. Does that benefit him down towards turn 1? Let's have a look. He's still half a second down as they come up towards turn 1. Getting the exit you wanted out of that final chicane then. Dizzy and Mocking Weeks still pretty much bumper to bumper here. Let's get ourselves on board with Mocking chasing Dizzy down the hill, just 0.3 of a second in it. If he can keep the slipstream and get these corners right through here, follow Dizzy onto the Kemmel. Might be able to make that move into Les Combs. Let's see. Still just quarter of a second in it. Right in the slipstream as well now. Closing up on Dizzy. Should be able to make the pass here. Both drivers not giving an inch into this corner. Side by side on the way through. Great driving from these two. Dizzy looking to keep the advantage into this corner, but it's not worked. Oh, still side by side. Let me change that view up because there is a Dizzy there somewhere. Obi with nearly an opportunity up the inside as well. So Mocking Weeks now through to the lead of the race, quarter of a second in front of Dizzy. Obi almost had a look up the inside of Brussels, but decided against it. Manny still right there with them. Top four then been bolted together from the start of this race. 11 minutes in, 4 minutes left. It's been Dizzy that's pretty much led from start to finish. Weeks now though taking that lead position. Scraff! Get yourself in, bruv. Get yourself in, bruv. Halfway through the season, probably quite near the end, but you know. Top four then still bolted together. Absolutely nothing in it. There's still fights happening back in the field as well. So Pilgrim still holding that fifth, only just now 7 seconds behind that top four. There is Rob S, who's managed to do something amazing. Put himself right up behind Pilgrim. There's a good couple of seconds between them, but he's found some time here, Rob. Looking for that fifth position. Maybe very difficult to try and chase down those top four with 3 minutes remaining. It's going to be pretty much impossible unless they stick it in the wall or spin off track. Might be able to get that fifth here, Rob. Let's see. Tyre Slayer still holding 7th. Raffo right behind him. Apache right behind him. 7th, 8th and 9th. Skippy into 10th. He has managed to get himself back ahead of Ricky J, but well out of contention for any more positions now, really. 9.5 seconds down from that battle in front with Apache. He just needs to keep himself ahead of Ricky J. Dodger unfortunately now falls a little bit further back, 11.3 seconds down. Possibly had a little bit of a spin somewhere. P1 rear wheel, I'm alright, mate. I'm alright, my friend. Yeah, top four. Still, ooh, Dizzy. I missed the move. Dizzy's managed to get himself back up into the lead position, probably down the Kemmel. Looks like him and Mocking Weeks have had a bit of a tumble, so Dizzy's probably been off circuit with a little bit of mucky tyres. Saw him giving it a wiggle. Mocking Weeks, unfortunately, has picked up a half a second penalty. Where's the penalty zone here? Oh, it's down towards Blanchimont, isn't it? Oh, that's not where you want to be losing a penalty. He's going to be under threat for that position as well from Obi and Manny. He's going to give Dizzy a little bit of breathing space as well. Mocking Weeks trying to find a little bit of time. He's got half a second now between himself and Obi. Is it going to be enough? These penalties don't quite work out as you expect. Let's have a look. So when that red line, the yellow line, that's it. He's in the penalty zone. He's lost his penalty. He's back up to speed. Can Obi use the power? Yes, he can. Straight past. Can Manny make the move as well? He's all over the back of Mocking. Mocking then just losing that little bit of speed down that long straight. Manny switches to the inside. Backs off. So it is Dizzy that still leads. Obi now into second position. Mocking Weeks pushed down to third with that little penalty loss. Manny in fourth. And this will become last lap, 14.5 minutes into the race. As these top four cross the line. Now, is anyone close enough? Obi a little bit too far back to make a move on Dizzy, but Mocking Weeks in a good position to reclaim that second if he can. Ourselves on board with Obi, and we'll look at Mocking Weeks chasing him down, that gap coming down rapidly down to 0.2 of a second. Which side's Mocking Weeks going to go? Around the outside he's going. Look how much extra speed he's carrying. Back into that second position, but he's compromised his way in. He's gone far too high into that. That has allowed Obi back into the lead of this race. Manny almost with an opportunity for that third as well. Didn't quite work out for him. Mockin having to go defensive into Brussels now then. It's all working out in Dizzy's favour. A little bit of a gap in front then. Over a second he's got now out of the slipstream range of these three. It is down to whoever can take, whoever can not make a mistake between now and the finish line. Final lap mistake by Mockin. He'll be kicking himself, I'm sure. Dizzy's looking on for the win here then. 1.2 second lead. Just as we come into campus. Down towards Blanchimont then for the final time in race one here. Again, looking good for Diz. Lost a bit more time. Mockin Weeks definitely looking for that second position back. Can he get him into the chicane? Obi's not giving him an inch up the inside. Mockin looking to run around the outside into the chicane. He's had to back off. He's allowed Obi-Wan to take it. So it will be Dizzy that takes the win. But look at that, top four. Right next to each other. Dizzy, Obi-Wan, Mockin and Manny all neck and neck pretty much as they cross. 1.2 seconds between them after a 15-minute race here at Spa. Pilgrim takes 5th. Rob S holds on to 6th. He didn't manage to catch up with Pilgrim and take that position. Tyre Slayer takes 7th. Raffo takes 8th. Apache takes 9th. Skippy, not sure what happened halfway round that one, mate, but from a sort of 6th, 5th position you ended up in 10th. Ricky J comes home in 11th. Dodger looks like he's slowed down and taken a lap off his total. There it is, Dizzy with the win. There are results confirmed then. Dizzy first, Obi second, Mockin Weeks in third, Manny in fourth, Pilgrim fifth, Rob S in sixth, Tyre Slayer seventh, Raffo in eighth, Apache in 9th, Skippy 10th, Ricky J in 11th and Dodger in 12th. Great bit of racing from the boys. So a little bit of a break. Then we jump into race 2. So it's a half an hour, same circuit. So we're still here at Spa. Top 7 from race 1 will end up in a reverse grid. Still at the start of the field, but reverse grid for the top 7. And they do now have to use both racing softs and racing mediums. So we're going to see probably a little bit of different strategy from some drivers. Some coming out on the medium for the first stint, some coming out on the softs for the first stint. Rear wheel, man. You bet it's deck chair. Is that what he's racing on? A deck chair? What's he got? He ain't got a deck chair, has he? He's not got one of them fold-up jobbies, has he? Or has he? Fell off his deck chair trying to make that corner. I'll just plop myself in the lobby, just because I know I'll probably end up missing it if I don't. There you go, Scruff. More than 5 laps in, they managed to make the whole bloody race neck and neck. Yeah, good clean respectful driving as well. You know, again, even Obi getting a little bit sideways through one of those corners. Definitely he definitely took avoiding action and peeled himself over to the left-hand side of the circuit to try and not take out any other drivers. He did well. He did bloody well. Almost taken out Mockin, which did give him that second position for a little bit, but that slight mistake into Les Combs right near the end just cost Mockin that position. We'll have to harass Mockin Weeks after the race. Rear wheel, find out whether he did actually fall over his deck chair. I don't think he did, because he managed to get around the next few corners, unless he was laying on his side. Still trying to do it. Did a bloody good job, I'll give him that. If he did end up laying on the floor looking at his TV sideways, still trying to race, fair play to you, Mockin. Replace that deck chair. Everybody in the pits at the minute then. We usually get one or two drivers out on track testing the medium tyres out. Ah, there we go. Rob S doing exactly that. Where is he? Here he is. Let's figure out what tyres he's on. Let's have a look, shall we? Yeah, medium tyres. So getting a little bit of a tester in. Just have a feel of these softs, these mediums versus the softs from the last race. Again, nowhere near as much grip. They do start with less fuel in this second race as well. 70%. It is only Rob S. Out on track trying that. It does look to be a good mix of drivers in the pits with the softs and the mediums. I think we've only got 8 drivers. Oh no, most of them in. Most drivers going for the mediums then for stint 1 by the looks of it. Tyre Slayer and Pilgrim opting for the softs, I think. The only drivers for the softs. 50 Mockin Weeks, 21.50. What's going on? What are we waiting for? 21.45, mate. Kick that race off, bruv. There you go. Come on. Don't let bully you, Mockin. You start the race when you want. Oh my God. Come on, Pilgrim. Get one of them adult-sized nappies. Cut a hole in your sim. Well out in those mediums, just giving them a little bit of a test. So tyres didn't look too bad after 15 minutes. We'll be getting a little bit of a squeal on around there. I could say nothing. I originally built my rig out of wood. Still out there somewhere. I think Duco's using it. Pilgrim's back. Should get this race underway just before 21.50. That's Mockin Weeks just giving everyone the get ready to go. Got everyone in, yeah, full 12 drivers. S just testing out the handbrake. Here we go then, race 2 just about to get underway. Tyre Slayer leads us away then, so again top 7 are reversed. Dizzy, who won race 1, is sitting in 7th. Lights go on then, we wait for this second race to get underway, half an hour here at Spa. Lights go out then, so good start from most drivers. Not a great start, was that Obi-Wan not a good start? No, Raffo, who had a little bit of a poor start. It is Tyre Slayer that leads us round turn 1. Whoa, someone's gone wide. Managed to keep it on track just. Tyre Slayer leads then, Rob S second, Pilgrim third, Manny fourth. Under pressure though, Mocking Weeks and Obi right behind him. Dizzy 0.5 of a second back as they hit the Kemmel. Skippy into 8th, Raffo 9th, Ricky J 10th, Apache in 11th. Dodger in 12th. What can Tyre Slayer doing? Looked pretty strong in race 1. Pilgrim goes a little bit deep through there as well. Gives Rob S a little bit of a look. Manny trying to work his way through those two as well. Weeks right on his back end. Obi-Wan 0.6 of a second back. He's being harassed by Dizzy down towards Brussels. Minute, it's Tyre Slayer who's making a little bit of a run. 0.9 of a second lead at the minute. Pilgrim in second then. Not for much longer. Rob S has managed to get himself up the inside out of the exit of Dave down towards Poubon. Gets himself into second then. Manny also looking for that position off of Pilgrim. Trying to run it around the outside here. That's going to be a tricky move. Rob S nearly throws it in the bin. Pilgrim holds on to third. Manny fourth. Mocking Weeks now trying to get his wing up the inside of Manny. Not quite. Obi looking for a way through there as well. Very wide from Obi. Side by side with Mocking Weeks as they head down towards Blanchimont now. Just manages to stay in front though, Mocking. Under pressure, Obi-Wan right behind and Dizzy right behind him as well. Top 4 from race 1 are all in order here. 4th, 5th, 6th and 7th. Can they work their way through those top 3 and get back to another 4-way fight? Let's have a look. Tyre Slayer still leads. Obi and Mockin and Dizzy still neck and neck. Closing up on those top 3 though. Nearly at the inside of Obi down the hill. They're still right there. And look at the gap that Tyre Slayer's managed to pull out. It's about a 1.5, maybe 2 second lead. Obi then thinking about a move on Mocking Weeks. He is side by side. I think Mocking Weeks has got the advantage of a toe from those drivers in front. She'll just keep them ahead as they hit those cones. Obi thinks about diving back up the inside here and does. Can Mocking Weeks hold his own through this next couple of corners? No, it's going to allow Obi-Wan through. Dizzy almost making a move past Mocking Weeks as well, so Obi moves up a position into 5th then. Mocking Weeks 6th. Having to go defensive from an attack from Dizzy into Brussels. But Tyre Slayer up front. 1.7 second lead on the soft tyre as well. Rob on the mediums, doing a bad job. Pilgrim out on the softs, should be able to get past Rob S. Not able to do it yet. Manny in 4th then, Obi 5th, Mocking 6th, Dizzy 7th. Raffo bolted onto the back end of this fight as well, now in 8th, Ricky J in 9th, Skippy in 10th again here. Apache in 11th, Dodger in 12th. Can anybody catch Tyre Slayer? Rob S has managed to get his way past Pilgrim. For Blanchimont as well. Must have made a bit of a move through campus somewhere. Now, can he chase down Tyre Slayer in front? sorry, so it was Pilgrim looking to make the move on Rob S, wasn't it, on the softs. Rob S has been in second the whole time. Bit of a wiggle on out of that corner. Does that help Pilgrim out? Gap is coming down before turn 1. Is it going to be enough? No. Oh, it's all kicking off behind. Obi-Wan under pressure from Mockin and Dizzy. Dizzy's now managed to get himself up the inside of Mockin Weeks. There is Mockin side by side then. Oh, it's going to be tricky through here. Dizzy just backs off, allows Mockin to keep hold of that one for now. Still under threat from Raffo. Raffo got a good run in him up the hill as well. Just have the inside line though. He's got the toe off those drivers in front as well. Mockin Weeks is thinking about a move on Obi. Raffo making a move on Dizzy. Top 8 then, still pretty close together. Dizzy again having to go defensive. Raffo looking for a way past. Medium tyre versus Raffo, who's also on the medium tyre. Looking a bit quicker than Dizzy at the minute. He has got traffic in front of him though. DRE have just turned up in the lobby, a little bit late to start racing. Savage Banda 77. Oh man, he's gone wide. Struggling to get it back on circuit. That's cost him a lot of positions from 4th to 8th then for Manny. Again, these cars, these drivers are so close together. One little mistake and you'll be punished for it. Raffo then at the tail end of this top 7 fight. Let's just see what's happening up front. How far's the tyre say? Look at this, 3.5 seconds on those softs. 6 minutes, nearly 7 minutes in. Great big lead he's got at the minute. Change when he puts the mediums on. We'll see. Rob S then still going defensive. Pilgrim still not managed to get his way past yet, and this battle's still raging. Obi, Mockin, Dizzy, Raffo. Manny then trying to claw his... oh no! Oh, Ricky J wheel on the AstroTurf through there, spun the car up, nearly put it in the wall. Managed to keep hold of it. Apache through to 9th. Ricky J just holding on to 10th down the hill. And does Skippy in 11th then. But he will be pushing Ricky J down this Kemmel. Ricky J already catching up with Apache in front. Dodger still just 3.9 seconds back. Not out of it yet for Dodger. Tyre Slayer is having a lovely first stint here. 3.9 second lead. Currently holding fastest lap. Rob S holding his own as well. Look, Pilgrim just cannot get past him. He'll be blowing out those softs as well in every corner, trying to do it. Still not looking too bad, but they have got that big pile of drivers closing up behind them. Obi-Wan, Mockin, Dizzy, Raffo now with half a second penalty. And Manny again just trying to get himself back in the fight at the minute. 2 seconds down. Gap between himself and Raffo will close when Raffo loses his penalty. Pilgrim's made a mistake. Dropped him off the back end of Rob S, put him under threat from Obi-Wan here. Obi on the mediums versus Pilgrim's softs though. Pilgrim make that break, just 0.3 of a second in it between Obi-Wan and Pilgrim for 3rd and 4th. Dizzy still pretty close to this fight. Oh, Mocking Weeks makes a mistake through there. That allows Dizzy through. Oh, he's pitting. Okay, Mocking's pitting. Manny and Raffo are neck and neck as well, but Raffo's just chucked himself in the pits. Rob S, Mocking Weeks and Raffo all in the pits this lap then. Getting rid of those medium tyres, sticking on the softs, which should last 20 minutes. Dodger just taking his time through there. Fastest lap for Tyre Slayer, 2:23.553 in then. 5.1 second lead over Pilgrim now. Rob S departing into the pits. Gives him a lot of clear air. Obi-Wan's stayed out, he's on those mediums. Still sticking with Pilgrim, just 0.7 of a second behind. Dizzy as well stayed out. Position then. Manny 5th. Apache in 6th. Ricky J 7th. Skippy in 8th. Rob S out of the pits. Fresh set of softs to play with now. 30 seconds behind Tyre Slayer race leader. 20 minutes to go. 19 minutes to go. Weeds out of the pits as well. Fresh set of softs. Dodger still on the mediums. Raffo out. Fresh set of softs. Front runners to come in then, bring them all back together. Tyre Slayer still finding time over Pilgrim. Pilgrim still not managed to drop Obi on the mediums or Dizzy on the mediums yet. And he's only 2.5 seconds back after his little departure from this battle. Back in it now though. Going to see the drivers with those. Oh, Skippy. Whew. Gets a wobble on in his Red Bull Junior. That allows Rob S to go through. Skippy not stopped yet, so he's still out on a semi-worn set of medium tyres. Can Mocking Weeks close that gap up as well with those softs? Skippy picking himself up half a second penalty. Mocking Weeks already bringing that gap down. In the pits, yes he did. I thought he did. Took a different route through the final corner. Dodger stays out this lap. Tyre Slayer stays out as well. Will they put in a full 20-minute stint on these softs, I wonder? Just about half a second to Pilgrim. Tyres looking a little bit worse for wear on Tyre Slayer's car than they are on Pilgrim's, but he has managed to keep himself just out of the fight at the minute. Obi-Wan's dropped from 3rd to 6th. I assume he's come in the pits. That leaves Dizzy behind him, 2.2 seconds. Manny's stayed out this lap as well. There we go, there's the AstroTurf and a bit of off-roading from Manny. That's going to slow him down tremendously. Rob S then just 21.5 seconds behind Manny, 30 seconds behind the race leader. Obi-Wan out on the fresh tyres as well, back out in 6th position. There's Mocking Weeks just 1.2 seconds back as well. Raffo on the fresh softs in 8th, 6.3 back. Dodger still on the mediums at the minute in 9th. Apache out on the fresh softs as well in 10th. Ricky J out on the fresh softs now in 11th. Skippy out of the pits with his fresh softs. Still got half a second penalty to lose. Okay, Tyre Slayer losing more time here. Got down to 4.8 seconds. Just drag it back up to 5 through that final chicane. Dizzy in the pits this lap. Oh man, he tried to come in the pits, but he's pinned it off circuit. Give me a different view. Oh, and he's got it backwards in the pit lane as well. Manny throwing his race away here. Tyre Slayer's loving this. 5.2 second lead he's got back. Both drivers out of fuel. Expect to see them come in at the end of this lap then. Putting in purple sectors. Car very light on fuel. Tyres a little bit worn out though. Still managing to find those purple sectors. Not through that corner though. Still a gap at 5 seconds. Rob S. Lost a bit of time to the front runner. Just about a second to Tyre Slayer. He's got problems of his own though. He's got Obi-Wan right behind him. They've got Mocking Weeks right behind him as well. Dizzy not too far off the back of this fight either. 1.4 seconds. 6.8 seconds back, unfortunately. Manny, another 3.3 back from him in 8th. He's now on the fresh softs. Roger still not pit yet on the medium tyres, holding 9th. Apache in 10th, fresh set of softs. Jay, fresh set of softs. Skippy, fresh set of softs. All the way down in 12th though for Skippy. Falling again to Tyre Slayer, 4.6 seconds. Again, I think Tyre Slayer and Pilgrim will both come in at the end of this lap. They can't do another lap on the fuel they've got. Tyres still aren't looking too bad though. Into this final chicane then, Tyre Slayer, have you looked at your fuel gauge? Yes, he has. So into the pits he comes. Pilgrim also enters the pits. What does that do for Rob S? Still a long way down. Not even at Blanchimont yet. Obi-Wan and Mocking Weeks having a battle into this final corner. Closing up on Rob S as well, both drivers. Has made that time as well, so for 1.3 it's now 1 second. Definitely involved in this fight again. Let's see. Tyre Slayer just comes out. Pitt's in the lead. Pilgrim, is he going to hold on to this? Slow down the hill. These drivers will be catching him up pretty rapidly as they hit Blanchimont, Rouge Radion. He's on that medium tyre now as well. These 4 drivers behind are all on that soft tyre. Rob S closing up. Sweeps his way around the left-hand side. There is Tyre Slayer off in the distance. There is Rob S through then. Are we going to see anybody else? Whoa, has to go a little bit defensive. Mocking Weeks almost took him. Obi-Wan almost took him as well. A little bit of a cork in the bottle now at the minute, Pilgrim. Medium tyres on. That corner has cost Obi-Wan. Mocking Weeks has managed to get him to leave the door open. And squidges his way through into 4th position for Mocking Weeks. Obi in 5th. Again, just compromised on these corners here. That medium tyre costing him left, right and centre. He gets a little nudge on the way out there. Obi goes through, Dizzy goes through. Again, just those medium tyres unable to keep the pace of these drivers on the soft tyres in front. But now the chase is on. Rob S on the soft, Tyre Slayer in front on the mediums. 19 minutes in, 11 minutes remaining. That gap is still coming down between Tyre Slayer and Rob S. Let's go back up actually, I'm lying. Mocking Weeks not quite close enough to Rob S to make a move either as they go into Blanchimont. Closes the gap a little bit, dragging Obi-Wan and Dizzy with him though. All the way down the gears. There is Tyre Slayer just about to go through turn 1 here. Down. It's down to 4.2 seconds as they all come out of turn 1. There is Rob S then. Back up the hill onto that Kemmel straight. Oof, runs wide through there as well. Maybe picks up a penalty. Let's just see. Has he managed to get away with that one? He has. Gap still coming down, 3.9 seconds. Rob S under threat from Mocky Weeks for that second position. Obi-Wan sticking right there with him, a little bit far back, 0.9 of a second. Got Dizzy right there with him. Pilgrim on those mediums. He will be starting to get closed up by those drivers behind on the softs. Raffo just 3.2 seconds down in 7th. Manny also on the soft as well. 4.3 back behind Raffo. 9 minutes remaining. Apache 10, 11, nearly 10.5 seconds back in 9th. So a bit of a lonely race for Apache at the minute. Ricky J in 10th. He's also having a little bit of a lonely race. He's got 7.5 seconds in front to Apache and nearly 5 seconds behind to Skippy. Dodger, unfortunately, 34 seconds down, but sticking with it. It's good to see Dodger. He's, doesn't always get the best results, but he stays with it. Good to see. Tyre Slayer then, gap come down to 2.3 seconds. 8.5 minutes remaining. Mocking Weeks has managed to get past Rob S as well into second position. Now then, got worries of Obi-Wan and Dizzy behind. These top 5 drivers, everybody on the soft tyre apart from Tyre Slayer up front. He is out on those mediums, gap down to 2.2 seconds and falling. Monkey Weeks just out of the slipstream range of those drivers behind, so if he can get himself past Tyre Slayer and make a bit of a break, be able to hold on to the lead of the race until the end if he can keep that gap between himself and Rob S growing. Closing up on Tyre Slayer as well. Not within slipstream range of Tyre Slayer down the Kemmel, unfortunately, but that gap drops below 2 seconds. 1.9 now between Mocking Weeks and Tyre Slayer up front. Gap between him again, battle behind. Oh, Rob S gets a wobble on through Les Combs, he pushes him out wide. And there goes Obi-Wan and Dizzy. Now Dizzy also having a look up the inside of Obi-Wan into Brussels. Obi goes deep. Can Dizzy get up the inside? No, he can't. Obi just holds on to that one by the skin of his teeth. But look at this now. The gap between second and third has grown to 2.6 seconds, but Tyre Slayer up front is under serious threat. Just half a second in it between him and Mockin. Medium tyre on board for Tyre Slayer, soft tyre on board for Mockin. He's got about 6 minutes remaining as well. Big gap behind him. Nearly 3 seconds. Mockin Weeks all over the back of the front runner as they come down to run towards Blanchimont. Will he get the move done before that, or will he be down towards the chicane? On board with Mockin then, closing the gap up, looking to make the move. Through he goes then, into the lead of the race, through Blanchimont, cleanly. That's it, 6 minutes remaining then. Mockin into the lead of the race. Tyre Slayer second, Obi-Wan in third, 1.6 seconds back. Dizzy in fourth, just 0.6 of a second behind him. Rob S still bolting on to the end of this fight, 0.9 back. Pilgrim, a little bit of a wobble out of that final corner in sixth. Raffo still under no direct, not able to make a move on Pilgrim, so no direct threat for Pilgrim at the minute. And big gaps back to Ricky J, 22 seconds in fact. Back to Ricky in 8th, Skippy in 9th, 3 seconds behind him, and Patchy right there with him in 10th. Manny in 11th now, 6.5 seconds back unfortunately, and Dodger managed to pick up another penalty here, Dodger, and he is a minute back now. Now then, what can Mocking Weeks do? He's got 1.3 seconds between himself and Tyre Slayer. Tyre Slayer now the buffer he needs between himself and those wolves behind him, Obi-Wan, Dizzy and Rob S. I think Manny and Apache might have had a bit of a tangle. So just 4.5 minutes remaining here. Mocking Weeks with a 2-second lead over Tyre Slayer. But here we go, Tyre Slayer under threat from these drivers behind. Obi-Wan right behind him, Dizzy right behind him. Let's get ourselves on board with Obi. Closing up on Tyre Slayer. Slots one up the inside here. Dizzy able to make the same move. Oh, not quite. Tyre Slayer closes the door on him. Dizzy should make short work of him. Tyre Slayer keeping himself right with Obi-Wan for the time being though. It is slowing Dizzy down behind. You can see, look at the amount of gap that has developed between Obi and Dizzy. He then goes for the move up the inside, but now 1 second back from Obi. Obi can't even see Mocking Weeks on circuit at the minute. 2.6 seconds he's got. There he is. Absolutely full throttle down here, trying to close that gap back up on Mocking. Dizzy then gets himself past Tyre Slayer. Still out of range of Obi-Wan at the minute. Rob S as well, not too far back. Is he going to make the move on Tyre Slayer before the end of the race? Just 1.1 seconds back for him at the minute. Again on that soft tyre versus Tyre Slayer's mediums. All in this man's favour at the minute. 27 minutes on the clock. 2.5 second lead over Obi-Wan. This is a 10th through there though, and another 10th. Obi carrying a lot of speed through here. Starting to close that gap back up on Mocking. We've got 2.5 minute laps. We're going to see another lap here. Holding his own currently, 2.3 seconds over Obi. A little bit of a gap still between Obi and Dizzy, 1.2 seconds. Tyre Slayer falling away, 2.2 seconds. Rob S still a second behind him as well in 5th. That gap is coming down. Unfortunately, that's dropped him out of that top 3 fight for sure. 2 minutes remaining, and still stuck behind Tyre Slayer. At the minute, Tyre Slayer on those mediums. Defended for as long as he could against that gaggle of faster drivers behind him, but on the medium tyre it wasn't going to last, that's for sure. Again, Rob S looking dangerous then, just 0.3 of a second in it. Might be able to get the move done on Tyre Slayer like we just saw Mocking do. Down towards Blanchimont, let's have a look. Not quite close enough this time. Might have to make a bit of a move into the final chicane here if he can get himself close enough. Still 0.4 of a second in it. Closes up now down towards the chicane, but it's not going to be enough here. It's going to be all down to the final lap for Rob S. Right there with him though on the exit of that final chicane. Tyre Slayer going defensive down towards the source. 0.3 of a second in it still. Rob S needs a good exit through here. Needs to stick onto the back end of Tyre Slayer or make the move down towards Eau Rouge. Oh, he's got a great drive out of here. Tyre Slayer though pulls it. Rob S sticks right there with him as they go through Eau Rouge and Radion. Now can he make a move up the Kemmel Straight? Just 0.2 of a second in it. Tyre Slayer's going mega defensive again. Wow, no gap on the inside. He's got his nose in front. Is it going to be enough into the corner? It is. Tyre Slayer has to back out of it. Oh, Rob S goes deep through there. Has that worked? Oh, contact between the two. Unfortunately, Tyre Slayer gets a nudge into the wall. Rob S has to back off. Give him that position back, so he's got a few more corners to try and get this position off of Tyre Slayer here. Let's get ourselves back up front. Mocking Weeks then still with a 2.2 second lead into Poubon. Comfortable at the minute for Mocking Weeks. Obi-Wan as well, still under no direct threat. A second between himself and Dizzy. It's all about, can Rob S get this position off of Tyre Slayer? Thought about slinging one up the inside there. Rob S to campus, then he goes, literally pushing Tyre Slayer around this circuit. Behind him then as they come around this final corner before they head down towards Blanchard. Oh no, Rob S, he's got the back end loose on that. That's him out of the fight with Tyre Slayer then, so it is going to be Mocking Weeks that's going to take the win here, unless he spins it around on this very final corner. Doesn't take his time through there. He's got plenty of time to play with as well. Doesn't matter if those drivers catch him up a little bit. So he has taken the win here in the second race. Great bit of driving from Mocking Weeks. Obi-Wan takes it second. Dizzy takes third position. Tyre Slayer held off Rob S for that fourth position. Great drive, Tyre Slayer. Rob S in fifth then with half a second penalty. Luckily, Pilgrim behind him also had a half a second penalty. 1.6 second gap between them, but still was a little bit of a worry. And then Ricky J, can he hold seventh? Apache right behind him. Raffo just throwing caution to the wind. Jay gets a little bit of a wobble on there. Should be a good result for him if he doesn't spin the rear up. Seventh position for Ricky J. Then he'll be over the moon with that. Apache takes eighth. Raffo just takes ninth. Manny sends him across the line for 10th. Skippy's already finished, as has Dodger. 11th and 12th. There we go. Race 2. Done and dusted. Great bit of racing in race 1. Great bit of racing in race 2. Real good result by Tyre Slayer, and I'm going to say Ricky J as well. Definitely, they'll be happy with those results for sure. And that does allow Mocking Weeks to stretch his lead up front a little bit more. Who was behind him? Was it Diz? Let's have a quick look here, shall we? It is Dizzy. So Dizzy took the win in race 1, but Mocking took the win in race 2. Mocking came second in race 2. Did he? Or did he come third? He might come third. He did, because Obi-Wan got through. But where did Dizzy come in this one? Did he take fourth or did he come third? Dizzy took third, so they swap positions. The gap will stay the same depending on fastest laps and pole positions. There'll be 1 or 2 points difference between them. Not a lot at all. In terms of, you know, the gap they've already got, there'll be 1 or 2 points difference in that gap, not in complete scores. But there we go. Round 6 done and dusted of the Red Bull Juniors, hosted by P1 Race Community over there on Facebook. If you want to get involved, get yourself over there. Click those like buttons. And don't forget to click like on this video as well, people. You know the game. But yeah, that's going to be about it from me. Back again same time next week. As I said at the start, the WTC on Thursdays has been cancelled. We've got dates and stuff coming through for the new TOR League. Still nothing on the minis. Still, I'm going to have to ring Chris and find out what's going on. But that's it, yeah. I think everyone wants the minis to start back up. So yeah, that's going to be it from me, people. I hope you've liked what you've watched. If you have, give it a like, comment, subscribe. You know the game. Most of all, tell your mates, tell your mums. My name's Dark Smoker. I'm out of here.